Good morning. There's Ann, there's Sue. Okay, we ready? Val's doing it later. She had to go to a doctor's appointment. So here we go. Take your feet to the width of the mat. Hands on your thighs. Slowly pushing your weight backwards. Roll forward. You can round your upper back and you can relax your head. When your hands get to your ankles, slide them back up. Go as fast or slow as you want to. We're going to do one more and then we're going to walk out to a plank. So keep your legs straight when you go down. You can round the back. And then hands to the floor. Just take baby steps till your hands are all the way to the front. And then just hold your high plank here for a sec. You're going to step your feet now into bear. So your knees are under your hips. And you're going to put your knees on the floor and round your back and relax the head. So big stretch for your lower back. Just hold it and breathe. Now, fall into the shoulders, take your gaze, look up. As you do this, and you have that big arch in your back, you still want to be pulling up the belly. Now, round again. Drift your hips back a little bit so you feel that nice little tug through the upper glutes. Now, I'm going to have you just slide your hands a little more forward. So you're also including the lats in this stretch right around the back of the shoulders, arms. Should feel really good. Now bring the wrists back under the shoulders. Come back with that big arch in the back. Dropping into the shoulders, take your gaze up. And then do it again, round the back. Pull the hips back, slide the hands forward. Hold on this just for a breath or two. And now bring the hands back under the shoulders. You're going to come onto the tops of your feet and you're going to slide your knees open. And we're going to have a seat on our heels. So you're getting a nice little stretch through your shins and your heels. Slide your hands forward. Keep your neck nice and long and your forehead off the floor. Just hold on this for a few breaths. Nice. Now come back up, slide the wrists underneath the shoulders or move your shoulders over the wrists, whichever is easier. And you're going to slide your knees back. So you're sort of in that push-up position, kneeling push-up position. But I want you to tuck the toes under. So your knees are so far behind the hips that you really feel like you got to pull the belly in just to brace. Now we're going to rock it back and then rock it forward. So you're just going to go nice and slow between the two. You want to stay nice and engaged through the belly though, right? We're always trying to pull the belly in. Just do one more here. Hold it back. Open your right palm to face up towards the ceiling and lift it off the floor. So you're trying to reach it really long. And then close it to the floor and relax. Open the left, lift it and reach. No bend in the elbow. Your head is just between the arms. Forehead is off the floor. Do the same again on the other side. And just keep oscillating between the two. Just make sure you got a big reach going on. Okay, hands down. You're going to pull the hips back forward. And this time they're going to come all the way forward, as far as they can. And just hold on this position. So I've got my shoulders over the wrists. My hips are down. I'm going to lower my chest to the floor and I'm going to come up onto my forearms. So also known as a baby cobra. We're gonna hold on this. You're on the tops of your feet. Your legs are straight. You want to have about 6 inches between, 6 to 8 inches between the feet. Now, while you're in this position, you're stretching out your six-pack muscle, but I still want you to keep it engaged. Just stay here for another breath or two. Then we're going to put the chest back on the floor with our hands right by the chest. So lower down, slide the hands back so they're right by the chest. You're going to lift yourself up with your knees down on the floor. Back to our starting point. Now slowly lower back down. So your face is just looking down at the floor. We always want to keep our neck long. And now lift back up. This is just like a warm-up. Lower down and lift. And lower down and push yourself back up. Now tuck those toes under, meet me back in your high plank with your hips up in line with the back. Hold on this. I want you to drop into those shoulders a little bit. So you're eliminating those wings in the shoulder blade area. Now we're going to pull through to a downward facing dog. Make sure you're not craning, so you want to be able to see the sides of your arms through your vision. And now pull it forward. And take it back. And just keep going nice and slow. Just kind of enjoy. Check in with where you're feeling tight and how the body actually feels as you do these. We'll do 3 more. Driving the heels down towards the floor when you pull back. Getting nice and high on the toes when you pull forward. So this is a great little foot massage. Okay, hold it forward. Step your left foot all the way up between your hands. You're in what we call a runner's lunge. Now, you're going to take the left hand to the inside of that front foot, slide your back leg back, and take that right knee down to the floor. So both hands are inside your front leg or foot. Now, we're going to pull the hips backwards and straighten out the front leg. So you can walk your hands back as you do this, and then walk them forward and bend into the knee again. Now, when we do these, we let the hips come forward. We're stretching out our groin area. Walk it back, toes up to the ceiling so you get a nice stretch through all the tendons in the back of that knee. Walk it forward and back. And forward. Now you're going to take the left hand to the outside, tuck those toes under, come off that right knee, hold your runner's lunge. Step your back foot in closer so you can get your heel down on the floor. Straighten your front leg. Now you're in pyramid. Drop the head, look through your knees. Bend your front knee, slide that right leg back. You're back in runner's lunge. And let's oscillate between the two. Back foot pulls in, both heels on the floor, both legs straight. Slide that back leg back, runner's lunge. One more time. Pyramid stretch. Hands down, step both feet back, meet me in your plank. Take it to a down dog. Lift your left leg up. Switch and lift the right leg. And keep oscillating between the two. Warming up your hamstrings and your glutes. Keep the hips even. Keep the ribs in and the belly in. Keep everything in. When in doubt, pull in. Couple more. Okay, come back to your plank. Let's do a nice little hover and go to your up dog. Nice. Hold here. You're on the tops of your feet. Your knees are down. Tuck your toes under. Pull the hips all the way back so they're over the heels. Slide your hands a little further forward. Try to relax the armpits towards the floor. Big deep breaths. Come back to your plank. Knees off the floor. Step your right foot up between the hands. Runner's lunge. Take your right hand inside that foot. Both hands are down. And now you can put the knee down on the floor. Let your hips relax forward so they're kind of hanging out where they want to. And now you're going to walk your hands and your hips backwards. Flex that right foot, toes to the ceiling. Walk it forward. Let the hips join. Should feel really good. And take it back. Toes up. And forward. Let's do it again, only because it's just so good for us. And forward. Hold on this. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of that right foot. You're going to lift off that knee right back to that runner's lunge. Now I'm going to have you straighten your front leg, slide your back foot in so you can have your left heel on the floor. Pyramid stretch. Bend your front leg, come back to runner's lunge. And right back to that pyramid. So when you move into pyramid, you're shifting your hips back and both heels and legs are straight. Both heels are down and legs are straight. That sounds much better. Okay, runner's lunge. And pyramid. And runner's lunge. Hands to the floor, step back, meet me in your plank. And let's take it to a down dog. And this time you're going to lift your left leg up. You're going to open the left hip. Lift from the glute, lift higher. So you really feel your glute doing the work. Equal weight in both your arms. And please make sure you can see them. Put that foot down and let's do the same on the opposite foot. Put that foot down, maybe back in your plank. Let's do that little slow hover and go right to up dog. You're on the tops of your feet. This time we're going to take the knees off the floor and just hold here for a few breaths. A little more work for the arms. Why not, right? Okay, knees down. Tuck your toes under, move your hips backwards. How good does this feel? Let's hang out here for a little bit. Make sure you're not holding your head up so your neck stays long and comfy. Okay, come on back up onto all fours. You're going to take the right arm forward. Your left leg off the floor, back straight. Just hold. Now try to keep nice and square through your torso. And do the same on the other side. Right arm sweep, left arm forward, right leg back. And switch. Now adding on to this, you're going to tap the toes on the left foot and then lift them back up. And adding on to that, you're gonna add the arm in. So tap both and lift. Keep your arm nice and long as your leg and your leg, sorry. Switch sides, woo! Right leg back, left arm forward. Now, if you've shifted all your weight to the left side, I want you to rebalance yourself. Just like you were balanced when you were on all four. Tap the toe and lift. And do that again. And then add in the arm. Tap both, lift, reaching nice and long. One more. Now come back to all fours. We're going to do just a little hip mobility. So look at your knees, open them up so they're under your hips. Same with your shoulders. You're going to lift your left knee off the floor and try not to shift your weight to the right. So this is like a donkey kick, and then bring the knee back down. You're lifting it out to the side. Lift the right and just keep going between the two. Try to stay nice and square, so you really need to engage your core. Now we're going to add on here. So you're going to take that knee that's up, move it back so you've got your heel over your knee, heel pushing up to the ceiling, lower back down, press back up. Lower back down, push it straight up. Leg is bent. Lift, so you're working your glute and your hammy. Let's do the same on the other knee. Keep the foot flexed. You just want to be looking forward towards the front of your mat, so your neck feels okay. This is really good hip mobility. Okay, both knees back down. I think we've been on our knees long enough. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. You're in your kneeling push-up position. Your toes are tucked under. You're going to hover all the way down to the floor. Nice and slow. Once you're there, chest is down. Your hands are right by your chest. Now, important what we do with our neck here. So have your face looking at the floor. Lift your chest up a little bit. And then lower it down. Lift. So you feel the muscles that run along your spine, and lower. So the lower is a release. Lift, pull the belly in, and lower. Do that again. Lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. One more time. Now hold the chest up, retract your shoulders. Lift your hands off the floor. Your legs are relaxing. Put the hands back down. See if you can get your chest up a little higher. Lift your hands. Now lift the elbows. Straight up towards the ceiling. Put the hands back down. Turn your head to the side, release everything. Nice. Take your face, look at the floor again, keep your neck long. Lift your chest up. Tuck the toes under, push yourself back up to a high plank, and take it to a down dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Now, if you can, you're straightening your legs, and you're driving your heels towards the floor. Just relax and breathe. Take in lots of oxygen. Okay, baby steps with your feet all the way forward to your hands. We're going to meet in a full forward fold. You're going to inhale, look up to a flat back, and drift your hips backwards. Now straighten out your legs. Walk your hands or your fingertips forward. And then release it. Slight bend in the knee, fold over the legs, drop your head. Inhale, look up, flat back. Legs go straight, hips draw back, walk your fingers out. So you got a nice stretch through your lats going on. And fold all the way back down, micro bends in the knees. 5 big, huge breaths. If you want to cross your arms, you can, to totally unweight your upper body. Maybe the forearms get a little closer to the floor. But most important is that you're breathing a lot. Big breaths. Okay, relax the hands to the floor. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up to standing. Flip your palms up and reach the arms up. Try to get nice and tall and long arms. Now you're going to drive the elbows back, make a fist, thumbs up. Squeeze your elbows together. Crowd out the chest. Hold just halfway down without the arms changing position. Nice and slow. Hold down here, keep your neck long. So you're just looking down at the floor, 2 feet in front of the feet. Now keep squeezing the elbows towards each other. Come back up nice and slow. Now, as you start to rise up, I want you to move your weight backwards. So there's no weight in the front of the feet. Now from here, spread your fingers wide, open the arms, try to move the forearms backwards. Don't cock the wrist. And then come forward. Let your fingertips touch, hip hinge, reach the arms out. So you're leaning forward. If you look at me from the side, I got a forward lean going on, but I'm weighting into the back of my feet. I'm going to push my fingers into each other and raise up my arms. And then lower back down. I want you to try to maintain the push as you do this. Push, push. So you're getting a nice big stretch all the way through the underarm and lower. And just oscillate between the two. You limit your range to whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, hold your arms out right in front, parallel to the floor. Try to keep your hips really quiet and just move the shoulders to the left and then move them to the right. You're still squeezing, so like just the fact that I'm squeezing into my fingers, it's making me sweat. It's a lot of work for the arms. Ooh, I just felt my hips move. Don't move your hips, keep them still. Now raise the arms up and then let them go. Oh, that's so much work for me. Ooh, sway those arms, relax. Now take a nice big deep breath and slow swan dive down. Reach those arms as long and strong as you can. Walk your hands out to plank. Step your feet into bear. So we want to lower the knees just above the floor. We want to have 4 to 6 inches between our feet, and then I want you to squeeze your knees. Let them touch, and then release. And squeeze, and release. And squeeze, and release. And 2 more. Squeeze, release. 1 more. Meet me in a small down dog. So now the legs are straight and the heels are down. You can still see your arms. Just hang out here. This is a little reprieve. And if you'd rather be in child's pose, it's always your choice. Just hold here for a few more breaths. It's so good to get good blood flow into your face. Why not, right? Okay, we're gonna meet back in a plank. So pull those shoulders right over the wrists, hold your high plank. We have pigeon coming up. We're gonna start with our right foot. You're gonna move it up behind your left hand and slide that left leg back slowly as you lower the hips. Keep trying to slide the left leg back as you drop down onto your forearms. And you can always do a figure four stretch lying on your back if that's more comfortable. It's still an awesome stretch. I like to kind of do this stretch as I like to do most stretches in different phases. So you're hanging out on the forearms. You're trying to take that left hip flexor and press it down towards the floor. So you're not sitting on your right hip. Your spine is long. And if you're ready, you're going to put your forehead down and walk your hands forward. You're here for 6 breaths. Once you've done your 6 big, huge breaths, you're back up on your forearms. Now we're going to roll onto the right hip. Come back up onto your palms. I want you to bend your back leg to a 90-degree angle and take your front leg and bend it to a 90-degree angle. So it's the 90-90. Once you got that going on, so you feel yourself sitting on your right butt cheek, hinge forward. So lower your chest just over that leg and then press it back up. And do that 4 more times. Lower and press up. And lower and press. And 1 more time. Now this last one, we're going to hold it down there for 3 breaths. So you can come onto your forearms if you like. Just hover that chest over the knee. Okay, come back up onto your hands. You're going to take your left hand behind yourself, and you're going to roll both knees the opposite way. So now you're facing backwards to the back of your mat. And we're going to oscillate between the two. So now you're going to take your right hand behind your right hip, roll the knees to the front. Now you're facing forward. And just keep oscillating. Roll them back. So you feel like you're really getting a nice little butt massage if you're on a hard surface. I'm going to do this 1 more time. We're going to meet with our knees forward. Now take your both hands to the front of your mat. You're going to pull your right foot in towards you so you can get up onto that knee and meet me back in plank. And now we're going to do the same with our left leg. So pigeon on the left leg or figure 4 on your back. Sort of like exerciser's choice here. So you're down on your forearms and you're sliding your right leg backwards. Hold at this point and try to push that right hip flexor towards the floor. So if you're tensing up your body anywhere, I want you to try to just let it go. Like just give in. See, I'm just going to chill here because this is a great opportunity to just kind of close your eyes and get lost And if you're ready, you take your forehead down and you slide the arms forward. 6 big breaths. And when you're ready, you're back on your forearms. Your spine is long. We're going to come back up onto our hands, and you're going to take your back knee, slide it forward. So you got 90 degrees with the back foot, 90 degrees with the front leg. Bend down with your hands out in front over the chest, same as we did on the other side. So you're lowering and lifting. You're not rounding your upper back. It's just kind of like you're doing a push-up over that part of your leg. So check your angles, get them right. Here's your last one. You're going to hold it down. Maybe come forward with the arms. Just chill out here. Just for a few more breaths. Okay, up with the hands. Take your right hand now behind you and roll the knees to face the back of the mat. And then forward. So you're just kind of going side to side with the legs. Make sure you're maintaining that nice angle. We're going to do one more to the back and one more to the front. Bring both hands forward, slide your left foot towards you. Hands are on the floor out in front. You're going to come up, meet me back in your high plank. Now let's just pick up the left leg. And if you felt your shoulders move backwards, pull them forward so they're still over your wrists. And then do the same on the other leg, pick it up. Make sure your leg is long. Put it down, go right to your downward facing dog. 5 big breaths. Pull in your ribs. They don't need to stick out. Now, give yourself a little bend in the knees. Just try to stretch out your Achilles tendons. So you're still pushing your heels down, but you're kind of bending into the knees. And I'll come back to that straight leg. Lift the left leg up. We're going to go up and down on the toes on the right foot. So this is a little work for your ankle, your lower leg, your calf muscle. Let's just do 5 more if you can. Otherwise, you're just holding in your down dog. Make sure you can see your arms through your peripheral vision. Now put the left leg down and just switch. Right leg comes up. Here we go on that left foot. Up as high as you can on the toes. Heel pushes all the way back down with the leg straight. It's a really good way to do a calf raise and massage the pad of your foot. 4 more, that's it. Hang with me. Work the full range. Nice job. Meet me back in your high plank. Take your right knee to the middle of your mat, down to the floor, and kickstand that right foot. Take your right hand, place it right in the center of the mat. Open your chest to face the left side of your room. Side plank facing the left. Try to get your left arm nice and long, and then lift the leg up in the back. Just hold. Move it forward. And take it back. Put it down. Do the same on the opposite side. Lift the leg up. Slide it forward. And back. Keep the arm nice and long. Hopefully you've got space. And back down on all fours. Let's do some cat-cows. 5 of them at your pace. I like to tuck my toes under. But you do you, and I'll do me. After this, we're meeting down on the floor. We're going to start with some pelvic rotations. So I'm going to have you kick your feet out to the side, get down on that butt, extend your legs forward, heels to the corners of the mat, arms out in front. We're going to Pilates style it down, slow, very slow. Rounding that back. Once you get there, you're going to relax the head down. You're going to take the arms all the way back behind you. Big stretch. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Get your arms reaching to try to touch something in the back of the room. And then you're going to bring the arms forward so they're by your side on the floor. Palms face down. Puff out your chest and get flat on your shoulder blades. Slide your feet in. So you got a big bend in the leg. Roll your lower back to touch the floor. And then roll it up. So you're creating as much space as you can. Roll it back. And forward. This is just flexibility work. It's good for you. Okay, keep the back down on the floor. Straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. Lower it slow towards the floor. Your other leg didn't move, it's still bent. Right leg is coming down in slow motion with your back on the floor. Pushing your heel out so your leg is absolutely straight. Bring it back up just as slowly as you went down, or even slower. We're going to just do it one more time. Keep hollowing out your stomach. Lift it up nice and slow. Now, once it's up towards the ceiling, I just want you to make a circle, a big circle. Pushing your heel out. Just roll it around. Big, big, big. Now change your direction. You can move that left knee a little bit to the side if it's getting in your way of the circle. As long as you keep your back down, I'm happy. Okay, heel up. Bend that leg, put the foot down. Switch. Left leg up this time. Nice and slow going down, foot is flexed. Pushing the heel out. Keeping your back pushing into the floor. So you've got a little pelvic tilt going on. Once you feel that heel tap, start to come back up just as slow. We're just going to do that one more time. And lift it up. And now let's find that big circle. You can let that right knee open to the side. If you feel a little cracking or popping, I think that's normal. Okay, let's change the direction. Do 3 more big ones. . Nice, okay, both feet are on the floor. Bring your knees and feet together. And now just let the knees open to the side and the bottoms of your feet connect. Now take your arms, reach them all the way back behind you. Now you've got a big space between that low back and the floor. While you hold this and breathe, I want you to pull down the stomach. Now we're going to move the arms forward to touch our thighs and move them back. And we're just oscillating the arms up and down. Okay, hold the arms down, close the knees so they're back to touching. You're going to make the legs have less of a bend in them. So slide out your feet. You're going to keep your knees touching and just roll onto the right side of your body. Wherever that right arm wants to be, so it's happy, is where it can be. And if you need to put a pillow under your head, grab a little pillow. You're going to lift your left arm straight up to the ceiling. Your palm faces the right side of the room. Now, take your gaze, look up. So you should be able to see that left hand in your vision. And we're going to slowly move that left arm backwards as far as it wants to go. And then move it back where you started, move it up. You're just going to go back with it. Keeping it long, you can't bend the elbow. Spread those fingers, move it forward. Do it again. Your head is looking wherever your neck is happy. Okay, hold the left arm up. Now open it to the side. You want to keep your knees down though, even if they can come up an inch or so, but here you're going for a stretch across the chest. So you want to try to keep that left arm reaching and the left shoulder kind of chilling towards the floor. It's clearly not on the floor. Now bring the arm back up and open it again. Just kind of let gravity do its thing. Let gravity help you here. Bring it back up and do it again. Now, from this open out to the side position, I want you to bring it back behind you and back up. Rest it on your left hip. Come back up with both your knees. Squeeze your knees and feet, and then move on to the left side of your body. Take that left arm wherever you want. Grab your pillow, make yourself comfy. Lift that right arm up. Spread your fingers wide. Take that arm back. As you take your gaze, sort of follow the hand. And then bring it forward again. So your palm is facing the left side of your room. Take it back. And forward. And back. And forward, and now open it to the side, stretching out that chest, bring it back up, open it again, and up, and open, and up, and open, and now, once you're open, take it backwards, and then bring it up, and relax it on your hip, and bring your knees back up. Little reprieve. So you're going to take both knees into the chest, keep them together. You're going to make a tiny little circle. And then change your direction, go the other way. Nice. Now, hands on your knees, you're going to rock yourself forward, come all the way up onto the toes. Hang out here just for a second, get nice and high on the toes. So push those heels up. And now let's meet in a forward fold. Relax your head. Push your hips backwards or move them back a little bit so you're weighting into the heels. One hand at a time above the knees. You're gonna help yourself slowly come back up to standing. Nice, take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms really long. And I thank you so much for your power and your strength. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed the class. Ladies,